Did I wipe lipstick on my forehead? Okay, so let's just get that off there and move on. Hey guys, welcome back. So got Friday favorites and Fooeys for you today, and I was into smoky, grungy looking sort of makeup this week. Like just, I don't know, mostly matte eye looks. Really, I'd say overall matte and satin sort of looks on my whole face. Like I really wasn't into a super highlighty cheek or anything like that this week. Yeah, so these sort of favorites. So let's get to it. Okay, so first off for eyes, a Colourpop palette. Shocker, the Stone Cold Fox palette. I really like this palette. So I purchased it and I thought I would like it, but I like it a lot more than I was expecting to, because I just really like the way that they did this palette. It definitely has cool tones in it for sure, but it's not all grays and silvers and blacks. It has kind of more plummy, purpley sort of cool tones. And then over here are moving towards the kind of taupey, even slightly moving towards warm tone kind of colors. Like here, this row is more warm. So I really like the collection of colors in here, the different options there are. I mean, you can do so many different looks with this palette. Now, somebody who is a true cool tone shadow person, especially if they really like kind of those silvers and stuff, they're gonna go, really? Because it's really just this one row right here that is true silvery sort of colors. And this row I would say is kind of more cementy. But for me, I love it. So on my eyes, I've mainly been playing with the matte colors for the most part. I really haven't dived into the shimmery shades that much. So what I have on my eyes, this one, this one, this one, those three, and then I have, what do I have? Oh, a little bit of this on my lid, but not used with a setting spray. So it's very subtle. It's just a slight little wash of metallic sheen. And then I have a little bit of this in my outer corner. So, and that's really kind of where the dark, smoky look came in. I mean, the quality on these shadows, so good. Pigmented, wear well. But see, like, even when you look at these swatches, I mean, it really just kind of gives all the options. I mean, that is kind of more purpley kind of a color. And then this one is more neutral. And then this one is neutral as well, but there's just those brown kind of colors. And then this one is, I would say, it's not really a rose gold. It has a little bit more of a purpley pink kind of an undertone. Just really pretty. And applied just lightly, I mean, it really looks more like a satin on my eyes. But these wear well. Now I will say one that I was not a fan of, which is why I really like this palette, is I tried this one right here, and on my eyes, it ended up looking very blue. And for me, I just don't feel like I'm a cool tone gray, bluish gray shadow person. I don't know, I look like a zombie in them. I mean, essentially. I need a little bit of warmth brought into a look, or at least some purpley colors, something just that's not in that blue-gray kind of family. Yeah, I tried to use this on my eyes and I had to go back in and add something because I was like, oh, when I looked in the mirror, it wasn't good. So yeah, I mean, it's still a really pretty shadow. Like, the quality of it is great. The execution is very pretty. It's just the color. For me personally, it just didn't work. So that's why I like that this palette has so many different things happening in it and so many different options. Blush, I was still going really neutral and just easy, and I don't know, just really wasn't focusing on cheeks that much, so I have a couple favorites. First off is the Laura Geller Soft Matte Baked Bronzer in Fair. So obviously, technically, this is a bronzer. It's called a bronzer, and it is a bronzer. But it really is that blush bronzer sort of a shade to me, because, well, in a swatch, it looks like a bronzer. But on my cheeks, I think it has, wow, it looks totally different in a swatch than it looks on my cheeks. I feel like on the cheeks, it looks a lot more rosy. kind of in the Benefit Dallas sort of family. But right there, it looks like a straight up bronzer. But it's still really pretty. And it has a great formula to it. It's very blendable. I mean, you can just buff it onto your cheeks. Works great. So pretty. Love the formula. And it has enough of a very subtle sheen. I mean, it is almost undetectable that it just looks very pretty on the cheeks. It doesn't look flat, matte, and dry. So it's very flattering in just the sheen, the tone of it. Just kind of how they did it. It's done well. Also the Natasha Denona Bronze and Glow palette. This is so pretty. I left the other one swatched so we can kind of just compare them. So really didn't use the highlighter, although it's very pretty. I will swatch it for you just so you can see it. But the bronzer side, oh my goodness, this is beautiful. And the texture of it, I mean, it feels like silk. Such a beautiful texture to it. Just FYI, the highlighter is kind of a golden highlighter. That's how I would describe that one. So there are the swatches. So you can see this one has kind of a pinky tone to it. I mean, it's very subtle, but it's that bronzer with more of that pinkiness to it. So yeah, I mean, I guess comparing them, this one's definitely more bronzy, but this one has a little bit more of that pinky tone. But on the cheeks, this looks more pinky. I'm telling you, it has more of that rosiness. But they're both great, great formula. I love the little minis of the Natasha Denona line. So these, the little eyeshadow minis, love them. And they're more affordable, and then you get to try the formula. And I mean, it's gonna last a while. You know what I mean? Especially if you're a makeup junkie. I would rather have more options in smaller sizes. You know what I mean? Because it's all about playing with makeup and just having fun with the makeup versus, oh yeah, unless it's like a product I know I like, then I'm going for more, you know, buying in bulk. You know what I mean? You get what I mean. And on to lips. So first off, a classic Maybelline lipstick, Touch of Spice. Is this not one of the OG, such a good color from Maybelline lipsticks? I mean, it's so beautiful. It is, I would say, a rich rose is how I would describe this. It has a little bit of a cool purpley undertone to it, but oh my gosh, it's classic. It is so pretty, and it has that kind of grungy statement lip kind of a look, but still neutral enough. It's not like, whoa, stark. It's just, I don't know, rich and a little bit edgy, a little bit fall. Ooh, I love, 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 love it. The formula is awesome on them. I can go on and on and on about them. Like $5. They wear really well. They're low maintenance. They do smell like Play-Doh, so just FYI on that. They have an interesting smell to them, but doesn't bother me because I've used them so long and they're just some of my favorite lipsticks. I've said that so many times. So yeah, Touch of Spice. If this is one that you don't have in your collection, you definitely need to pick it up for $5. And if you do have in your collection and maybe have forgotten about it, break this back out because it's a good one. What happened here? Did I wipe lipstick on my forehead? Think I might have. How did that happen? Okay, so let's just get that off there and move on. And then this lip color, what I have on my lips right now, this is really interesting. This is the Lime Crime Plushies Soft Focus Lip Veil in the shade Cola. So this, I don't know, I like this. It's something kind of different. If you watch my channel, you know that I'm not a huge fan of liquid lipsticks. There's certain ones I like more that I will wear more often, like the Ofra ones, the Too Faced Melted Mattes. So I will wear those, but more traditional liquid lipsticks, I don't reach for those a ton. They're just not my favorite sort of a formula. But this is something slightly different. This is almost like a sheer wash of liquid lipstick color. It's a thinner stain almost sort of a formula. So when you apply it, I don't know, it just has more of a stain to the lips. Because what I feel like is a lot of times the problem with liquid lipsticks is, or what I kind of find makes them work better, is I will try to apply them as thinly as possible. Almost try to get this sort of an effect. Because I find that when you get it really thick on your lips, it can, I don't know, get like flaky or crackly, feel super dry on the lips, do more of the there, not there line. Whereas if you would try to apply it more thinly, like a stain, it's less likely to do that and it can kind of just wear away. This kind of just already starts that way. You can see it there. And I don't, like, I feel like it's looking kind of, oh, what's the word? Patchy in the swatch, but I don't feel like it looks patchy on the lips. Like once you get it on and then just kind of rub your lips together, it really, I don't feel like looks patchy. This is a really pretty rosewood kind of a color. It's a little bit brown, a little bit rosy, has sort of that edgy sort of a look. So once you have it on, it sets down to be pretty much matte and mostly transfer proof. I don't know how it feels on my lips dryness wise. I mean, it doesn't feel like uncomfortable. It doesn't feel heavy. It has the same sort of dryness feeling of a liquid lipstick, but it doesn't have the heaviness, if that makes sense. So I'm actually liking this. I feel like it's something a little bit different. And I like the idea that you can just apply a light stain of it and just sort of get that stain on your lips. And I feel like it wears away more evenly because it's more of that sheer layer. So yeah, something a little bit different. Really like this color. It's neat. Okay guys, those are all my favorites. So hope that you really enjoyed this video. Please hit a thumbs up if you did. Let me know down below what you've been loving recently or maybe not so much loving. Let me know what you've been up to lately. I would love to hear that. Ask me any questions that you have. I'm happy to answer those. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I'll see you in the next video.